In the vast tapestry of cosmic existence, where every thought, every fear, and every whispered wish takes form, lies the realm of the dreaming, and at its heart sits the Lord of Dreams himself, Morpheus, also known as Dream. But imagine, if you will, a world where the very essence of dreams vanished. That's where our epic journey begins. Welcome, or welcome back, to the mesmerizing, melancholic, and utterly unforgettable first season of The Sandman. Our story kicks off in 1915, a century ago, with a calamitous mistake. The English occultist Roderick Burgess, grief-stricken and desperate to resurrect his deceased son, attempted to capture Death herself. But fate, in its cruel irony, delivered him not death, but dream. Morpheus, the king of the dreaming, found himself imprisoned in a meticulously crafted glass cage, his power bound by ancient runes. This wasn't just an accident. It was the insidious work of the Corinthian, a rogue nightmare who whispered dark counsel to Burgess. Stripped of his potent symbols of office, his magic helm, his pouch of dream sand, and his powerful ruby, Morpheus was rendered utterly powerless. The consequences were immediate and devastating. A mysterious sleeping sickness descended upon the waking world, plunging millions into an endless slumber for over a century. Roderick, ever paranoid, kept Morpheus guarded. His younger son Alex, despite a flicker of sympathy, tragically became complicit in the death of Morpheus's loyal raven, Jessamine. The stolen totems fell into the hands of Roderick's resentful lover, Ethel Cripps. For a staggering 106 years, Morpheus remained stoically silent, a prisoner first of Roderick, then of Alex, but destiny, as it always does, intervened. By 2021, an aging Alex accidentally smudged the binding runes. Seizing the breach, Morpheus extended his essence into Agar's dream and at long last gloriously escaped. His first act of newfound freedom? A cold, decisive judgment, condemning Alex to an eternal, unending sleep. Returning to his realm, the dreaming, Morpheus found it in utter ruin. His once magnificent castle crumbled, its landscapes desolate, its libraries empty. His loyal librarian, Lucien, greeted him with a mix of relief and despair, explaining that his prolonged absence had caused the kingdom's decay and the flight of nearly all his subjects. Powerless and weakened, Morpheus knew he couldn't restore the dreaming or reclaim his missing tools without regaining his strength. Lucien led him to the eternally warring brothers Cain and Abel. With genuine regret, Morpheus undreamed Gregory, their beloved pet gargoyle, sacrificing enough power to summon the enigmatic Three Fates. From them, he gained crucial clues. His dream sand was with Johanna Constantine, his helm was in hell, and the ruby was with John Dee, Ethel Cripps' estranged son. As a small blessing, Morpheus brought back Abel, whose new gargoyle egg soon hatched into the adorable Goldie. Morpheus's quest began. First, he tracked down Johanna Constantine, a skilled but haunted exorcist. He found her battling demons and peered into her past, witnessing the tragic botched exorcism that sent her friend Astrolog to hell. Accompanied by his new raven advisor Matthew, Morpheus joined Johanna to visit her ex-girlfriend Rachel, tragically addicted to the dream sand. Meanwhile, Ethel Cripps, miraculously youthful thanks to a protection amulet, was warned by the Corinthian. She raced to a mental institution to visit her son John Dee, who was obsessed with Morpheus's ruby. In a desperate act, Ethel gave him the amulet, instantly aging into dust. Empowered, John escaped, determined to reclaim the ruby. To retrieve his helm, Morpheus descended into the treacherous depths of hell, ruled by the formidable Lucifer Morningstar. He found the demon Choronzon proudly displaying the helm. Choronzon challenged Morpheus to a game of wits, choosing Lucifer as his champion. The contest, a battle of concepts, pushed Morpheus to his limits against Lucifer's might. But with a stroke of genius, he invoked hope, a concept even Lucifer recognized as unbeatable. Morpheus won, reclaiming his helm. Before he departed, Lucifer, seething with a newfound hatred, vowed to kill him one day. Back in the waking world, John Dee, now on his quest for the ruby, was briefly aided by a good Samaritan. Morpheus, however, had already discovered the ruby's location and the critical detail. John had attuned it to his own desires. Upon retrieving the ruby, John, feeling invincible, passed the protection amulet to his terrified rescuer, believing he no longer needed it. With the ruby in his possession, John Dee took refuge in a diner. Using its terrifying power, he forced absolute honesty upon the patrons and staff, driving them to murder and suicide. Morpheus arrived, transporting John to the Dreaming. There, John seemingly defeated Morpheus, crushing the ruby, but Morpheus revealed the truth. By destroying it, the ruby's immense power had simply flowed back into its true master, Morpheus himself. Taking pity, Morpheus returned John to the institution, seemingly in a state of peaceful sleep. Elsewhere, a dark plot began to brew as Morpheus's sibling Desire started to scheme against him. Now that he had retrieved all his tools, Morpheus found himself strangely aimless. It was then that his elder sister Death visited him. She invited him to accompany her on her duties, escorting the recently deceased, gently attempting to show him the profound purpose in his own eternal responsibilities. In a poignant flashback to the Middle Ages, Morpheus and Death met Hob Gadling, a commoner who boldly declared his wish to never die. Death granted him immortality. From then on, Hob and Morpheus met every century at the same tavern, their bond deepening. Due to his century-long capture, Morpheus missed their regular meeting, but back in the present, Morpheus found Hob and for the first time openly acknowledged Hob as a friend. Meanwhile, the enigmatic Desire continued to weave their intricate plans. The narrative then shifted to Rose Walker, a young woman searching for her separated brother, Jed. Unbeknownst to Rose, she was a Vortex, a rare being who naturally attracts and manipulates dreams. This made her a target for Desire and their twin sister Despair, who conspired to use Rose against Morpheus. Morpheus, now aware of Rose's unique power, planned to use her to track three errant dreams: the Corinthian, Galt, Fiddler's Green. Rose and her friend Lyta Hall journeyed to England, meeting Unity Kincaid, a woman who had recovered from the sleeping sickness. Unity startlingly revealed she was Rose's biological great-grandmother and offered to fund Rose's search for Jed. As Jed remained elusive, Lucienne and Morpheus deduced that Galt, a dream assigned to Jed, had severed his consciousness from the dreaming to protect him. The Corinthian, now hunting Rose, was invited as a guest of honor to a sinister serial killer convention. Despite Lucienne's protests, Morpheus agreed to help Rose. They journeyed through dreams, discovering Galt's protective manipulation of Jed's dreams. Morpheus, though, understanding, rebuked Galt for her disobedience. Meanwhile, Lyta Hall's rapid pregnancy, a direct result of Rose's increasing power, threatened the barriers between worlds. Morpheus, with a heavy heart, banished Lyta's lingering husband Hector to the afterlife and informed Lyta that her unborn child, conceived within the dreaming, would one day belong to him. The Corinthian, having located Jed, kidnapped him, luring Rose to the serial convention. Rose, accompanied by Gilbert, who was secretly Fiddler's Green, arrived. Morpheus dramatically interrupted the Corinthian's keynote speech. The Corinthian, empowered by Rose's connection to the Vortex, defended himself. Morpheus then turned to Rose, explaining the immense danger her unrestrained power posed. This stark revelation prompted Rose to temporarily restore the dreaming, allowing Morpheus to finally unmake the Corinthian. Morpheus then punished the remaining convention attendees by forcing them to confront the horrifying clarity of their crimes. That night, Rose confronted Morpheus in the dreaming, prepared to sacrifice herself. But Unity Kincaid joined them, convincing Rose to transfer the Vortex power into her. This allowed Morpheus to mercifully end Unity's life, and Fiddler's Green returned to his true form. It was then that Morpheus realized the insidious truth. Desire had deliberately impregnated Unity generations ago to ensure the Vortex would eventually pass to Rose, a calculated attempt to force Morpheus to spill family blood. Morpheus confronted Desire, issuing a stern warning. He then remade Galt as a benevolent dream, transforming her into something beautiful and good, resolving to be a more compassionate ruler. Lyda gave birth to a son, and she moved with Rose, Jed, and Hal back to New Jersey. The season concluded with Lucifer, fueled by Azazel's reproaches, seething with renewed rage and plans for revenge on Morpheus. The season also included a special episode featuring 2 distinct animated stories. Dream of a Thousand Cats unfolded as a wise Siamese cat recounted her encounter with Morpheus, revealing a parallel universe where cats were once dominant and urging felines to embark on collective enlightenment. The second story, Calliope, saw Morpheus rescue his former wife, the Muse, Calliope, from a cruel and abusive writer, unleashing a powerful curse upon her tormentor and offering a tender, melancholic reunion. And that, my friends, is the whirlwind journey of the Sandman's incredible first season. From century-long captivity to the restoration of his realm, from confronting rogue nightmares to reconnecting with family and finding friendship, Dream's story is just beginning. What were your favorite moments? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more recaps, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next dive into the Endless Realms.